I'm in Business Park. Hope you're staying well, fit, healthy, following all our training programs that we're doing for you. I'm bringing to you your Monday Power Pilates with some stretching, obviously. So we're going to do a bit more of a dynamic type of class today. So there are always options to take it down a notch if things get a bit too much. But this is about just trying to kind of constantly moving the body and mobilizing at the same time, keeping that focus on your core and your core stability. And we're going to start standing up today. I'm going to be demoing from the side, so however you want to have your mat suits you. If you are the same side as me, I'll use this side and that outside rather than left and right. So don't worry, you'll get too confused about your left and right, what side you're doing, as long as you make sure you're working both sides equally. So come and stand to the back of your mats. And I want you to spread your toes and press down into the floor. Take a long deep breath in. And as you exhale, just feel the heaviness coming down into your feet. And just begin to get a nice long deep breath in through the nose. And a long out breath through the mouth. And begin to take it into shoulder rolls. We inhale, lift up through the shoulders. Exhale, pressing back and down. Just repeat that, breathing in as you lift up. Exhale, bringing everything back round. Just do 3 or 4 more like that. Perhaps close your eyes and just feel your breath, feel your rib cage expanding on that breath in, and exhale, closing down. And then soften through your knees, take your chin towards your chest, look towards your toes, and just take a soft spine as you roll yourself down to the floor. So if you're tight in your hamstrings, you may just come halfway, 3/4 of the way, you may be hanging, that's fine, or bring your fingertips to the floor. So make sure you're taking a nice deep breath, and as you exhale, just begin to straighten out through those legs, perhaps bending one and extending the other. So work with whatever works for you. And just do a couple more there, maybe just releasing your hips a little bit more. And then I want you to pause. Wherever you are, take one more breath. Everybody take a deep knee bend. Now your deep knee bend is coming to like a low squat. Imagine you're coming to like a ski position. Bring your fingertips just in front of you, lift your eye gaze and try and extend your spine, pulling your shoulders back and down. Take a long deep breath in. As we exhale, drop the head, flex the spine and try and extend your legs. Now, it doesn't matter if they don't go to full extension, just go to whatever works for you. But keep those fingers on the ground. Inhale, deep bend, lift and look forward. Pull your shoulders back, extend your spine. Keep your weight back into those heels, feel your thighs engaging. Exhale, lengthen back up. Feel that stretch as you breathe. Just take a deep breath here. Inhale, again, deep breath, deep bend. Now raise your arms and pause, but breathe. Extend your spine, squeeze your abs. Inhale, fingertips to the floor. Exhale, extend, hold here for a breath. And again, inhale, deep bend in the knees. You can keep your fingertips there if that's enough. If you want to just stay there, or lift and lengthen, take a breath. Inhale, fingertips to the floor. Exhale, extend. And let's go one more time. Let's see if we can hold this for twice the time. So deep bend, look up, fingertips there if you prefer, or raise your arms up, pause, squeeze your butt, hold it, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, fingers to the floor, and take a deep stretch. Walk through those legs again. Just feel the backs of those legs opening up, wiggle your hips, and then find a strong stretch. Perhaps bring your fingertips in, or take your hold of your legs and just go deeper down into that hamstring. So we're just going to take a little bit more of a warm up. Bend your knees, walk your hands forward. And I just want you to come forward and roll into a plank position for me. So whilst you're here, just take a little breath in to lift your hips and a breath out to drop back down. So breath in, up. A breath out, down. Warming up through the core, through the abs, into the shoulders, into those wrists. Inhaling to squeeze up, exhaling to release. 4 more times. Last 2. Last 1. And then pause on your plank, just stay here, and if that's too much for you, simply drop to your knees, that's also fine. If you do drop to your knees, don't leave your bottoms up here, just come to here, and just everyone hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop to your knees. Pull back and take a little cat stretch. A child's pose or a cat stretch. So child's pose is just sinking deep. My knees are about hip width apart, so I'm not too wide. Just stretch your arms forward, bow your head and chest down. Cat stretch is just simply coming up and curving your spine here. And just if you are doing a cat stretch, just move in and out a little bit. Looking up, bottom up, and then curl it under. Otherwise, stay in child's pose. Now we're going to take a little warm up into the upper body. So all I want you to do from here is look forward, take a breath in, curve your spine as you lift up, and then flatten your spine and do a little mini tricep dip. So push back up, curve the spine, and sit yourself back into that child's pose. So it's just a nice blending exercise where you just curl, extend the spine, mini bend in the elbows, pressing up, curve the spine, sink it back. So just carry on working through your breath, just doing a mini tricep dip, and making sure, just want to show you from the front, that your dip forward, my elbows drive in towards my rib cage. They're squeezing, squeezing, squeezing in towards the waist, and then they power up to come back up again. So just carry on working through that. Now start to deepen your triceps if you wish. And if you want to, you can come all the way down to the floor to a little hover, and then power up, curl the spine, bring that bottom back into the heels. So you just got to get that technique right. It's about rolling through the shoulders, bending those elbows and pulling those elbows into your rib cage. So my movement from the side, if you have a look, if you're struggling a little bit with these, is I roll forward, 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 not down. My body naturally goes down as the forward motion goes even further away. And then you power back. So that's about key. It's about rolling through the shoulders, inhaling, dropping down, exhaling, powering up, not letting your bottom drop lower than your shoulders. And that is so vital. And that's why it's quite nice when you've got a camera to look at. You can look at your bottom and make sure it's staying up, 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 up. And then you power up through those arms. Give me 2 more. Don't forget your curve of the spine as you lift up. And then you flatten out the spine as you power down. You might be going halfway. Last one. Coming forward. Squeezing. Lifting. Power back up. Take a breath in child's pose. Look forward. Everyone together. This time we lift up. We straighten the spine. You can do a micro bend or a halfway bend, and give me 10 little pulses there. If 10 is too much, do 5 and just come to a straight arm position afterwards. Or just keep going, keep going, keep going, and then push all the way up to here. So take a breath. Get your knees nicely under your hips and your hands under the shoulders. You're going to take this front leg out to the side. Now I'm actually going to show you front on so you can see what my leg is doing, but you're going to be working this leg. Now a lot of you that have come to my classes already know that this is a horrible exercise, but it doesn't last long, so you just bear with it. So here we are, this leg's out to the side, slide it away from you and try and keep the foot in line with your hip bone. And then soften this back arm. Take the weight into the stabilizing leg and let the leg hover. Flex the foot, toes in, heels away. We're going to exhale, lift the leg up. Inhale, hover. Exhale up, inhale, hover. Don't let that leg drift away and behind you, yeah? Because that's what it wants to do. That's too easy. We want to force it out to the side. Exhaling, inhaling. If it's too much for you, just keep going. You can bend the knee and just do it in abduction with that knee bent. Okay, you might feel you've got more control. Or that longer lever makes you work a little bit harder. Let's do 4 more. Exhale, it should be hurting already. Last 2. Last 1, hold, and let's pulse, pulse, pulse. Squeeze, that stabilizing leg must be hurting. 5, 4, lift it up. 2, and pause, and drop it to the floor. Press the sole of the foot down into the ground. Slide that leg away and drop down to your elbows. So I'm going to show you again, front on. That leg slides away as much as possible. You drop your elbows. That knee that's on the floor already goes a little bit wider. The foot goes with it. And then you sink your hips back and down. Get a nice deep stretch in those inner thigh. Keep your back flat. And breathe. Now just go that little bit deeper, push the hips back and down. Take 1 more breath there. And then gently use your hands just to slide that leg back in. Good. So, this leg that you've been working as your stabilizing leg, so the back leg, the foot is going to turn out to the side. As it does, you can bring yourself around onto your side. So now we're going into a side plank position, a half side plank position. This arm stretches up towards the sky. And then just make sure you've got that foot behind you. It's not forward, it's behind you. Bring your hand to the side of the head. And we're going to lift that leg up and just do a little side squeeze and extension of the leg. A little side squeeze and an extension. So if it feels too much on this wrist, you have the option to drop down a little bit lower and perhaps on the elbow and do it there. That's another exercise. So if you're okay on your hands, stay here. Kick away. Kick away. Just give me 3 more. Bring that knee to the sky. Last one. Hold it in, squeeze it up. 1 more breath. And then kick that leg away. Extend that arm, lift that leg, and pulse. 8, 7, reach that arm. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the leg down. So from there, you can either stay here, reach the arm up, and just hold. Or if you want to challenge, take that leg, slide it behind that front leg, and then lift up from there. Pull up through the side of your waist. 5 more seconds. Lift, lift, lift. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then gently rotate round to a front plank. Option again is to drop to those knees if you need to. Now, once you're on your front plank, we're going to work through the shoulders. Back arm is going to lead the way. We're going to go left, right. I'm just saying left, right, because that's how I work. Left, right, just to give you an idea. Backhand, front hand, backhand, front hand. Now, if you're wobbling all over the place in the hips, drop your knees and do the same. You might feel you've got better core stability with your knees on the floor. So keep going wherever you are. Give me another 6. And making sure you've got your tailbone tucked under, your buttocks squeezed, your abs are engaged, those arms are firing up. Keep your breath going. And when you've done your last one, drop to your elbows, pause on your elbows, tuck those toes under, lift up into a plank, and pulse the hips. Breathe, breathe. 8, 7, 6, squeeze it. 3, 2, and 1. Settle down to the floor. Just take your eye gaze away from me. Take a breath. Slide your hands around the front of your shoulders and pull your elbows in. So we're going to use a bit more power in the back of the triceps, and you can do this on your knees or on your toes. Now, the important part of this exercise, remember this is power, and this is about keeping your core stability. You want your bottom to lead the way as you lift up. So we inhale, lift the bottom slightly off the floor, exhale, power up. I'm coming to a half plank. Inhale, lowering down, chest, 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 and then the pelvis drops. Take a breath. Inhale, bottom slightly raised. Exhale, power up through the chest. Now that's tough on the knees if you do it right. Breathing in, bend the elbows, the chest comes first and the bottom comes second. So inhale at the bottom, bottom up, chest follows, power up through the backs of those arms. Inhale, bend the elbows, chest, 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 and then the bottom. And it's exactly the same on your toes. You can do this with your knees off the ground, but have that same technique, and you need some serious arm strength to do that on the toes. Inhale, bend, and bottom goes. Last one, guys. Inhale, bottom up, chest leads all the way up, and drop it a little bit wider in the knees into that child's pose, relaxing your arms this time as your head drops to the floor, and just take a breath, or come into cat stretch. And when you're ready, just look up, bring yourself up. Now we're going to work on the other leg. So you can either stay here. I'm just going to switch around this way just because it's my leg that's going to be leading. So we're going to work on the front leg. We're going to take that leg out to the side. You're going to soften through the elbows. You're going to squeeze through the abs. And when you're ready, lift this leg. Exhale up. Inhale, hover. Exhale. So I don't mind which side you are on your mat. Don't know where you are. Make sure you're just doing the other leg. Yeah? So we're just making sure you're not going to end up being wonky by working one side, because that disturbs me. So again, if that's too much for you, the knee leads the way. Just make sure that leg stays right out by your hip. You're softening that back arm. You're allowing that freedom through your hips. And if you do that leg fully extended, don't let the leg drift back out here. It will want to bring it right up by that hip bone. 4, 3, 2, hold. Let's pulse, pulse. Come on, squeeze, squeeze. Get it higher. Pull it further towards you. 7, 6, 5, higher. 3, 2, and 1, and drop it into the floor. Slide that leg away. Again, I'm just going to turn to demo. That leg slides all the way down the mat. This knee here drops out a little bit wider. The foot goes with it. You drop your elbows. You ground down through all 4 corners of the foot, and you push your hips back and down. And take a breath. So the more you creep your hips behind, the more you sink, the deeper you'll feel that in your adductor, right in that inside of your leg. Again, use your camera, try and get your hips equal both sides, so you're not too elevated up through that extended leg. Just take another breath there. Then begin to move your hands back in and pull that leg back in and bring yourself onto those hands and knees. I'm going to come back lengthways on my mat. So from here, that back foot swings around to the side that allows us to rotate and bring us over onto our side. So now you're here, your hips are forward, your shoulders are stacked, and your arms up in the air. Bring your hand to the side of the head. This leg is going to come up, you squeeze, and you lengthen. So you pull up, and you kick away. exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Option is to be down on your elbow, it's too much on that wrist, and you're just down a little bit lower, that's all, same exercise. So 4 more wherever you are. Really try and lift that knee up high to the sky as you squeeze into it and kick it away. Last 2. Last 1. And then extend the leg, take the arm overhead, lift up the leg and press, press, squeeze. Come on, reach. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now drop it down into the ground. Option is just to stay here, take that arm up, maybe slide that knee away and just stay in that side plank, just breathing. Again, on your elbows if you wish, or take that back leg behind and come onto side plank. Lift the hips, breathe. Worth challenging yourself, try and do it on your feet. Your foot's in front of the other, so it's a little bit more stable. Take 1 more breath. And then swivel around to the middle. Pause on your plank. If you need to take a breather, just very quickly come into child's pose or stay fully up on your hands and your toes. So we're going to work into the opposite arm. So if you need to drop to your knees, drop to your knees. So you're going to lead with your front arm this time. Going down, down, up, up. Down, down, up, up. Keep going. Inhale, exhale. And if you're feeling strong enough, please lift your knees off the floor, but make sure those hips aren't wobbling all over the shop. This is about working your core stability. 4 more in those arms. Your shoulders should be screaming. If they're not, work harder. Try and get your elbow exactly where your hand is and your hand exactly where your elbow is. When you've done that last one, drop 1 more time to your elbows. Tuck your toes, come into a full plank and pulse. Squeeze, squeeze. Come on, work it. 8, 7, 6. Suck that belly in. 3, 2, and 1. And lower yourself to the floor. Turn towards me and relax. Whew. Even I'm finding this tiring today. I have been for a run and done a bit of a circuit class, so I'm allowed to be forgiven for feeling a bit tired. But it's all good for us. So from here, just slide those hands back by the shoulders, elbows in, lift yourself up and walk yourself in. Now, take just a little breather here. You can drop down to here, that's fine. Work with whatever works for you. I just want to demonstrate to you what we're going to do. And so use this as a little breathing thing, a little like relaxation. We're going to work in cross crawl, working through the elbow, knee to elbow, one side to the other side, and then we're going to take it to a mass stretch. And we're going to work from a downward facing dog into a plank. So this is how it's going to work. I'm going to demonstrate it to you very quickly, then you're going to join me. So we lift up in the upside down V. We take a breath. We slowly move forward. This knee comes to the front, to the back, and returns. Opposite knee comes forward, to the front, to the back, and lift. So forward, across, same side, return. Forward, across, same side, return. So just keep thinking as the knee comes forward, it goes to the opposite side, the same side, and returns back. So when you're ready, let's go. Get your nice V position, inhale, rock forward. I don't care which leg you start with. Work cross, cross, upward. Come forward, cross, cross, and upward. So keep working through that. Alternatively, if that's too much for you, come onto your knees and just do a little squeeze in and a chin to knee. A squeeze in, and you're still keeping a low hip in that half plank. So wherever you are, give me 2 more each side. Keep working deep into the core, keep being strong in the arms. And as soon as you've done your last one, you stay up here, take a deep breath, get a beautiful stretch down the backs of those legs. Lift your hips, squeeze your abs, extend your spine. Then look forward and float that back knee to the back wrist, foot sweep comes to the front. You slide the opposite leg back. We lift and lengthen up, sit equally in those hips, and then come into a stretch. And just settle yourself down there. Just feel that buttock stretching. Now, this doesn't suit everyone because if you've got dodgy knee or hip, this is quite strong on the joints. You might want to sit into that back buttock to take the pressure off, and then just move down into the stretch. Not wait to stay here for a good few breaths. Settling down. One more breath there. And then just gently come up onto your hands, sit down into your back buttock if you're not already there, spin around onto your bottom and extend that leg out to the side. So my hip bones are facing forward towards you. This leg is bent. If it doesn't like a bent knee position, perhaps get a cushion or a pillow, slide it underneath your thigh, and that support takes again the pressure off. Or you can just take your leg out to the side lightly wherever suits you. Turn towards this leg and lift and lengthen this front arm. So we've twisted, this arm extends, and we're trying to reach to the foot. Now, not everyone will happily reach to that leg. If not, slide your hand under the calf and grab where you can, or use a band, okay? The other hand meets wherever it can. We lift and lengthen, and then we fold down towards this leg. So you're trying to be more dominant on the side, dropping the shoulder, bending the elbow, extend and lengthen, and just breathe. And you might feel that across your lower back and your rib cage because of the rotation. And I feel it more there than I do in my hamstring because I'm very tight in the lower back. So this is kind of like a 3-in-1 stretch. Enjoy it. Take 2 or 3 more breaths there. And then gently release off the leg, roll it up. Whilst you're here, side bend. So swing that arm inside, lift up tall. So use this hand on top of this knee to raise up. Then this arm opens up, and we're taking the arm across the ear and side bending. Now this might be enough for you. Just work on the rotation and grounding down through that back hip. If you want to go further, that leg swings away, you go with it, so you've still got that connection with the arm to the leg. That shoulder is coming forward, this top shoulder is going back, and our eye gaze is drifting under. Just breathe as again you push down into this back hip. 2 deep breaths there, stretch, 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 reach, 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 reach. And then as you inhale, raise the arm, float yourself up. And all you're going to do is just turn yourself, swing this leg back, turn it over, and slide yourself back into plank. Just pause on a plank. Arm up straight. 2 more breaths. And then lift those hips up high. Walk through the legs, bending one knee, extending the other. Round down through the heels, lengthen the spine. So we're going to work again. We're going to make this a little bit harder if you wish. It's your choice. If you want to carry on just doing rolling forward, tap, tap, and back, you can. Or you can stay in a plank and work in a plank without that rest. Or you can work across, and bend the arms into it. Okay, so there are lots of options. Across, bend, and return. Go with what suits you. Start now. If you already started, you've got extra to do. So you might want to stick with coming forward, crossing, crossing, coming back. That's option 1. Option 2 is staying in a plank and crossing and just staying here. Crossing and crossing, staying here. Option 3 is rocking forward, going across, coming back and bending the elbows and returning. Or you can work on the hardest, drop down a notch. You can work from the easiest level, drop down a notch. The easiest level is obviously right on the knees. And this time you can pull your knee forward, return, forward, return. Going to do a few more, just because I've been showing you for ages different positionings. Give me another 4 and work hard into it. Breathe. And don't mind where you are, just keep working it, working it. And you know that when you've done that last one, you lift those hips up high. Take a pause. So everybody, when you're ready, lift your hips up. Take your eye gaze forward and swing that front leg to the front wrist, foot towards the back wrist, back leg extends away, you find your stretch and you settle down into that button. And just take some long deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and calm down the breathing and the heart rate. Again, if hips and knees don't like it, sink into that buttock and just find your stretch here. Breathe into the hips, feel the heaviness through the hips, get a deeper stretch into that buttock. Couple more breaths there. I'm just going to switch ends so I can demo the stretch to you. And then just fall into your buttocks, swinging around, sitting onto your buttocks firmly. The opposite leg extends away. And you're sitting with your hip bones facing forward again. So take a breath in, sit tall. Physically turn from your waist towards that leg. Raise the front arm and reach that arm towards the hand. The other hand then joins. Or hold your leg. Do what works for you. Take a breath in, lift up and lengthen, make it strong. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up and lengthen. Get this flat spine and then curl the spine. And just breathe there. So every time you inhale, you try to go a little bit further and you exhale, sink that a little bit deeper. 3 more breaths. Be very aware of the opposite leg that's bent. You know you've got your cushion if you need it. Or you can just extend the leg if you need to, that's fine. And then gently just lift and roll up. Turn yourself back into the middle. Bend this leg, slide that arm inside. So now we're going to side stretch. Open the arm out, lift up tall. Take that arm over the ear to a side bend. And this might be strong enough. If you want to go deeper, go with the leg and the arm. Use that wedge in the leg to bring this underneath shoulder forward. The back shoulder comes behind and your eye goes underneath. You extend that elbow and feel your lower back and your rib cage opening out. Just keep breathing there. And as you inhale, just begin to raise the arm, float yourself up. And all I want you to do is extend both your legs out wide. Bring your hands inside. Try and keep your feet parallel. Soften the spine, walk forward. Try not to let your toes fall in. Keep a strong extension. So stay here and just let yourself just kind of give way. No forcefulness, it's just giving way. And then slide the hand to meet the leg or the foot. So you might be on here, you might be over here, or you can grab your toes. And then lift up and length through the spine. Just like we did at the beginning, we're in our squats. Shoulders away. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, fold forward, soften the spine. Inhale, look up and reach and lengthen. And last time, exhale. Stay here and just breathe into the stretch. And then when you're ready, bring your hands back into the center, walk up. Bring your legs together, flip them around behind you, come onto your hands and knees. Tuck the toes under at the back, curl your spine, so tuck everything in, scoop the belly in. And then allow your spine to undulate as you lift your chin, lift your bottom, pull your shoulder blades back and down, extend. Do that one more time, exhale. Tuck the belly in, shoulder blades pulled away, and the complete opposite. Tailbone extends, neck extends, shoulder blades pull back, and then find your neutral spine. Lift your bottom, keep your knees soft, and walk your hands into your feet. So you're back where you started. Take hold of your big toes. Inhale, deep bend, look up, lift and lengthen, extend your spine, and exhale. Let's just stretch those hamstrings. Again, if you need to bend and extend one leg at a time, that's the best thing to do if you're really tight. Or just lower, use those arms to drive the chest down. When you're ready, softly release the toes, interlace the fingers behind the back, bend your knees, so your chest is coming down towards your thighs, extend your arms up and over, interlacing your fingers equally. Try and drive them through your breath, maybe wriggle through your shoulders, get a little bit deeper. If you wish, extend your legs, it's your choice. And then slowly keeping your hands interlaced, drop them to the back of the spine, soften the knees, just take a roll up. And just let your arms free, turn your palms forward. Inhale, raise your arms up above your head. Keep your very soft elbow, shoulders relaxed. Bring your hands together softly in front of your chest. Pause at your chest and drop your chin towards your fingertips and just stretch through the back of the neck. Take one more breath. Look up, release. Give yourselves a little clap. Thank you very much. I hope you managed to follow that okay. I hope you got a little bit of a sweat on. If you worked hard, you should have done. And I promise that after the dynamic, strong Power Pilates, we'll try and do a little lighter session next time. Enjoy your week. And I will hope to see you soon. Thanks, guys.